Hello friends. So today I am going to explain you why following rules is important and how emotion plays when you are into particular trade. Okay, and one accident happened with me today into the bank nifty and how I recovered the particular loss. So starting from the first position I took today, it was 35,000 P. I shorted it because I was bullish due to some the RBI policy. Okay, and it was a biasness, no doubt. But my setup triggered there for the sale, and yeah, I shorted. So due to the certain volatility, the stop loss got hit. Next, going towards, I also again uh, shorted 16,400 P. This was also from my setup, but here I did one mistake by adding uh, one more lot. If you can see, this is one and this is second, so this one I shouldn't have added, but yeah, I did it. That was not following my rule. Then I booked a loss, okay, and which was little bit higher than my daily loss taking capacity. So yeah, so that's it. And here I decided that I will not trade anymore because my two stop loss were taken out and I should have stopped. So if you see these two positions, so first one was this bank nifty and second one is here, which is a nifty. So 16,632. So if you can see, my second stop loss also might have hit it and I would have taken 50 quantity, one lot only. So the loss would be have been around 700, but I didn't follow my rules and it costed me. Okay, and I was fed up as to stop loss. So it was a psychological point, okay, that I cannot explain you, but yeah. So what happened the very next time, in 20 minutes from there, I went on to sell bank nifty. Hmm. After a sudden sharp down move and up move, I shorted bank nifty. So this also came into my setup. So I shorted it at 35,100, but my stop loss was 35,170. So 70 point stop loss, I was okay with that. Okay, though I was not following my rule, but I have shorted, so I have to be carrying that particular position. So till the time I went to place my stop loss, and I will show you what happened next. So if you can see here, just a second, let me take this arrow. Yeah, if you see here, I took my sell position at this point, and then the very next candle was a sharp up move. And at the time I went to place on my stop loss, it was telling me uh, it was getting rejected because the trigger price what I am putting and actual market price was higher. So actually at that time I got panicked, okay, seeing a huge loss above from my risk taking daily risk taking capacity, and I already had a loss of 2000. So I let this candle close, okay, and I saw there is a previous support, a good resistance, sorry, at the previous levels. And what I did was I wait for the very next candle, and it also went up, and in very 2-3 minutes it came down, and here again my setup got triggered. So if you see, here my setup got triggered, and I was not I didn't had a margin to sell another lot, otherwise I would have done that too. But from here my mindset was like, I will be waiting for the retracement move. So if you can see this candle, big candle, I was expecting some move till this point. If you can see the previous high swing, so 35,266 is what I was looking for, and I was happy to book the loss, but the minimal loss. So if you see, it didn't went up to my stop loss, the second stop loss. And then at this particular candle, if you see, yeah, this candle was totally red candle, and a huge selling was there in this particular candle. So I waited for the second candle too. That candle also didn't came up, so I waited for the third candle, and again I wait for this candle, and finally I booked my profit somewhere around 35,000. Yeah. So if you feel that how I captured this one, so it was totally based on the setup only. Nothing rocket science was there. Yeah, I did panicked. So if I can see, I also trailed stop loss in between to 35,400, and then finally I completed my buy position here at 35,000. If you can see, yeah. Next, in between this, I was talking to one of my friend. So yeah, and I was telling him, if you can see the time, it is 11:56, and my trade last in between 10:30 to 1:30, so around 3 hours of trade was there. And I was explaining him that why FNO is dangerous. At that time my running loss was 9,500, and this one time went up to 14,000. Okay. But I also mentioned him that one mistake can wipe out 1 to 2 months of hard work and profit. And stop loss, I was not able to place the stop loss. That was totally my mistake. I will not blame market here. But yeah, so this type of figure will bother you when it can wipe out your 5 to 6% of capital in one trade. And I also mentioned him that I will show the end results once I trade the particular close. I will close the trade, and also told him that 5,000 more loss I can see from here. And he was telling me once that he wanted to enter started trading FNO, and I told him that day also, and today I explained him that so next time you get lured by the profit screenshot, be sure that this too can happen to you, like huge losses can also happen. And yeah, so I had sent him at 139. If you can, as you can see, that I covered my short position into profits. And luckily, I am totally sure that this is luckily, I also covered the loss from the previous positions too, and also explained him the same setup. So this is, I can tell you uh, from all this stuff, that maintaining the rules, following the rules is very important. And the very first thing I will do tonight is will print out my particular rules which I have and paste it to my desktop, because unless and until you have it on your desktop, you cannot follow it, because at the time emotions plays with your mind, and that time nothing works. Okay, reading that rules will help you, because rule was there in my mind to keep the stop loss. Okay, or not should have at first place I shouldn't have taken that trade only, but then also I took. So the very first learning is follow rules, have the rules in front of you, not in your mind. And yeah, that's it. Thank you. I hope you learn something from this.